All right, and we are here with round two. Still best of three. Let me put my mini map real quick before I forget about that. Okay, game is already a little underway. Spawning in the bottom left as our round cyber commander, we have Alphahex going one land and an early radar. Gonna see the scout coming in pretty early. Expanding hard bottom right and left. And his opponent in the top right, sitting idly here, Wakonda as the yellow UEFACU. Looks like he is assisting that factory though, so I'm mistaken. He is not idle. And is scouting his opponent currently. Alpha going for a quick response with AA. Down here in the bottom right and in the bottom left. Look, he went... Wow, he went for an extra engineer. Not something I'd be expecting. Nixon, the games were okay. They weren't bad. As long as you tried your best. Air Factory's paused here. Surprised with the third NG, actually. Does he have enough to support that? I think he would. He only went one land. Maybe the AA towers. Air Factory's producing again. 5 concurrent viewers, wow. Thanks everybody for tuning in. Air is just flying overhead. On this land factory now. This is all a no-fly zone now, until you have more bombers than that. Yeah, the first game was pretty good, Ixon. By the way, you don't really have to post the replays if you don't want to, since I casted your game. They're being casted next. They're currently waiting for this game to be played, and then I will cast them as well. More AA going down here. Expanding the no-fly zone here for Alphahex. Is going to try and palm this Mass Extractor, but not going to get much done, losing half of his Air Force over here. Not what you want. Well, technically that's not half. Well, I guess like 33%. I had it mixed up. Why are you saying Alpha plays brown? What? Oh no. Okay, I'm so confused. My bad. I thought I had the overlay mixed up. Yeah, Ixon, you had like he built his land factory so late. You could have pushed into that if you knew. That's only if you knew though. I should take going. Alphahex with some chit chat. Nice weather. It looks pretty clear here on Thunder Pass today. Alpha going for some res. There's a tournament. Uh, you guys aren't being watched. I don't know what you're talking about. False. False accusations. Completely false. Someone. Both players just expanding as hard as they can. They've come to a stalemate at the moment, so just trying to out macro the other player. We'll see who is going to do that better. Alphahex currently up on res, who is up on expansions. It actually looks like Wakonda is up. I don't really feel like counting all the mexes, but it does look like Wakonda's up on expansions currently. Alpha having these 3 engineers though, it's gonna give him an edge. Can't really push over here. Bombers are shutting this area down. Can expand into the top left though, which 2 engineers are doing now, throwing out an AA tower and Looks like this one is going to try and assist this one. Bombers are moving over here to respond to this attempt at expansion. Finally, something is actually happening. Bombs away, but targeting the wrong thing. Needs to be going after the engineer, although it is being assisted. Running into AA needs to... You need to move your planes. As soon as you drop the bombs, you need to move your planes. Could have gotten out of that without... without flying your planes into the actual built anti-air tower over here. Res going down for Wakonda and Alphahex. They are now both equal. Both equal. Now somebody complaining about the tournament timing, and you could have just looked on the announcements. Maybe you should look at the timing before signing up, but whatever. I digress. Even more res going on here for Alphahex. 2 more res stations. In fact, they're going to cover this AA. Air is almost completely shut down in the southern side of the map. What? What are we going for here? Both players deep into res. Okay, Wakonda throwing down a land gantry. That's what he was talking about in chat. It's like we're having a forward radar getting put down, although that's like... much extra range? I mean, I guess it gives you some more range up here in the north, but I mean, almost at the same distance. Yeah, no, I would have gone into more land, seeing the 3rd engineer and the only single land factory. But yeah, he's going Fat Boys, so... Just trying to out-res his opponent, but Alpha is sitting over here with almost 7 research stations. So, don't know what he's going for. It hasn't come out yet, but... This is a lot of res. Actually, I think I miscounted. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 research stations. Going for long-range artillery? That is an interesting play. We do have an idle NG here. Looks like we're going late air. Wakonda not having any fighters, so this is not a bad move. Looks like we're going for a little flank up here in the top left, although it's going to get bombed. Another flank here on the right. 2 gantries up now producing Fat Boys for Wakonda. Lots of arty coming down for Alphahex, though. Have a lot of mass for that. Putting it into arty. There you go, we're firing now. Listen to the echoes of the Cybern artillery fire across the map. I love to see it. It is an interesting play. He has camera, he's going to see the gantries now, and he instantly starts targeting the gantries. This is a lot of gantries, though. There's 4. One of these Fat Boys is going to come out. Has to. Going to heal the gantry with his ACU. That Fat Boy is going to come out, though. There you go. It's out. Where's my life? There we go. Okay. Gantry is going to go down, though, it seems. Shields are coming up now, but I think he's going to catch the gantry. The shield does not cover the entire gantry. What are we targeting with the artillery? Gantry's almost dead. I think we need to finish that off. It is a nasty play. Something I wouldn't be expecting as Wakonda right now if I was playing personally. The gantry does actually go down. The shield not covering the entire gantry, and the shield goes down that was covering it. Doesn't matter. This is too much Cybern artillery. Almost, we have 6 at this point. Slightly more eco in the start. Dude, you win a 3rd NG. Just targeting down the gantries. We do have 2 Fat Boys out. Wakonda's going to have to do something. If he lets this already sit, it's just going to continue doing more and more damage. This is a lot of artillery now. We're now putting down a 7th and 8th. I do have to agree with Alpha here. Should have pushed earlier. Way earlier. As soon as he saw those 3 engineers and the single factory, should have just rushed him. Siren players do have a lot of options in terms of going against UEF, especially if you let them sit back. Same thing with UEF too. I think AC1Ks might be pretty nasty here, but Structure Data would also be pretty nasty. Oh my god, that's beautiful! All of those units go down to a single barrage of artillery. Oh my god. And units dying over here in the top left. I think this might be over. The Fat Boy goes down too. Now the units are pushing through middle, as the arty has completely cleared up this central pathway here. Next guns now, when he has artillery, it's going to stop the land units, yes, but it's not going to stop the artillery. Shields are being spammed out here. But the base is slowly falling to all of the arty. Tanks do actually counter this western push here, but I don't think it's going to be enough. The arty is putting a hole into Wakonda's base. Next gun's firing on the land units, but the Fat Boy is getting targeted. We're going after the energy and the mechs. You could have pushed these bombers in earlier. There's no AA cover over these land units. Going for the northern expansion now. Well, the northeastern expansion, I should say. How much arty do we have now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We're up to 11 artillery installations with 12 on the way. Jump jets now too researched as well. Avoiding the bombers and going back into friendly AA. And yeah, we actually have 13 artillery installations now. Holy hell. With a 14th on the way. This is rough. This is rough. You see these arty firing on your base and it just melts. Like, look at these energy generators. They're just gone. Gone. Now the arty has changed focus. Gantry goes down. I think that was already previously damaged, but jeez. Yeah. This is a situation you don't want to be in. That is for sure. You don't want to be in this situation. Fat Boys now getting targeted in middle. Oh my god. Oh. I would not want to be these Fat Boys here. And the GG is thrown out. You're gonna see a Control K. Maybe not. Honestly, Alpha could just probably fire on the ACU at this point and kill him. That's so much artillery. And it looks like he is doing exactly that. Firing directly onto the ACU. Look at these blobs of artillery as they come in. Holy crap. Engineer instantly dies. The gantry he just built falls, and he Control Ks, ceding the game to Alphahex as we go 1-0 into round 2. I will be back with the second round. Okay, and we're back with game 2 of the second round. Let our players build up a little bit so I can list off their build orders. Let's give them some second, or give them a second. Okay, spawning in on the southwestern side of Open Palms, our first casted game on Open Palms of the day, we have Alphahex spawning in a steep brown Siren ACU. How terribly sensible of him. Going for a single land factory, and looks like he's going pretty heavy into eco again. Same thing with Wakonda over here, his opponent spawning in as the yellow UEF ACU going 1 air. Pretty much identical to his opener on Thunder Pass, I believe. So hopefully we don't run into a stalemate again. But we will see. Are you pumping out another energy? No, okay, he's not doing the same thing. So we are not having an identical game. Bomber coming out to scout. Gonna see that Alphahex is currently sitting on one land factory. Want to see how he responds this time. Flies overhead, we'll see the expanding engineer on the top left goes for AA. The one land factory does give him the mass to do this. Idle energy in the bottom right. I say that, it moves instantly. Alphahex on point right now. This energy is not going to go down before that AA is up. You need to pull out of here, or you're going to lose these. Yep, we're flying away, just in time. Not going to lose anything, I don't think. Nope. Almost loses that bomber, bring it back and heal it. Oh, yeah. Are you going to fly back into the AA? No, 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 no. You're, like, right next to the AA. Okay, looks like he's fine. But he's, like, just on the edge of that anti-air tower. No, don't fly into it. No. That plane did not need to be lost there. Losing that plane for almost no reason. Please do not fly back over the AA. Okay. Alphahex pushing back, sees the bombers are flying overhead, vying for something to do. Second land factory going down for Wakonda and Alphahex, covering his expansion and covering Wakonda's radar up front. Both expanding. Alpha putting down a land factory, trying to saturate both of his expansions. Wakanda expanding him back and onto his left expansion as well. His western expansion. Wow, up to 8 concurrent viewers. Thanks everybody for tuning in to the stream. I hope you guys are enjoying the tournament so far. Say that again. Again, both being very, very stalemate-y. Pausing land factories. Gonna expand him back. A good move. Bombers. Wakonda's bombers are really trying to find something to do here. There is no real AA over here. If he just comes back over here, he can pick off these 2 mexes. There is an NG here, though, now. They could get put down, but this is almost enough bombers to kill it. 2 more, and it's 1 pass. I think he could kill the NG before it throws down AA. Unless Alpha sees it coming, of course. Then he will not. Second land factory coming up in this northern expansion here for Alphahex. Wakonda pushing up a little bit on this western side. Just picking up mexes along the way. Big line of energy coming out here in the back. Jesus. I don't know if that's early for that. I think that's a little early. I don't know. I don't play UEF. Good amount of energy coming out back here for Alphahex as well. Alphahex really coming ahead here in the production. Lots of land factories going down. It's up to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to Wakonda's 3 land and 1 air. Almost double the land production right now compared to his opponent. Still saturating the expansion. Wakonda has not gotten to his southern expansion. Is about to, though. But Alphahex is also just now getting to his rearward expansion, but that's only 3 where this is 4. More energy coming out. I wonder what we're going for. Going more heavy into land factories this time around instead of the res as we did on Thunder Pass. Looks like Wakonda is going to place down his first research station here soon, though. Looks like we're about to have some action here. Wakonda pushing up. Anti-air and PD coming out for Alphahex. He does have the unit advantage, so I don't know if this PD is needed. There is MMLs in the mix for Wakonda here. Hell, I'm not a pro. What would I know? Maybe the PD is needed. Pausing land factories. Probably to get the PD out, I'd assume. Lots of anti-air here. Don't fly over that. And losing, what, 2 planes? 2 planes? Maybe just one, I think. 1 plane? Did that AA? Just flying over for a moment. I don't even know what he bombed. Pushing the ACU here. Wakonda's health dropping. Below half already, just in that single push. This is risky here. The ACU, I think, needs to be brought back. Okay, thanks, Nixon. MML's here coming out for Alphahex. Bomber just barely makes it out with his life there. Nothing going on the bottom side of the map. Just all the action is up here in the north. Alphahex continuing to pump out land factories here. I mean, I could see that, but he had a pretty big unit advantage, so I don't know. Although, okay, that's AA. Gonna see a split here? I'd imagine. Oof. Decent bombing run there from Wakonda. Thank you for not following through with the bombing run and flying way over AA. He does pull his aircraft back. So he only loses 1 or 2 bombers in return. Research now going down for Alphahex. This is a lot of Cobras here, I do have to say. Both players pretty much equal on expansions here at the moment. It's just back and forth here in the north. PD begins to fire away. Bomber is going to counter this little flank on the eastern side. Need some adapters to cover that, or you're not going to get far with these bombers. Do we have mech guns? No mech guns. That would have been a nice play just to bring out mech guns for Wakonda to waste res, but he didn't do it. Shield comes up on this land factory. Might be a little premature. More res going down here and back, I think. Yep, more res. Look at all of the Cobra fire, jeez. Brackman now coming out for Alphahex. I think that is a good idea. And speaking of the devil, here come adapters. That is a good amount of Brackman already. Are we going to see some good hits here? Oh, the tanks are doing some good damage, though. Keeping the bots out of range. That is a nasty hit right there. Lots of tanks going down to Brackman fire here. Needs to keep moving back and forth. Look at all these dead tanks. Although, look at all these dead bots as well. Ouch! Oh! Gnarly Brackman hits here. We're gonna get even more. Yep. Oh, jeez. It's all falling apart here. And the push in the bottom as well at the same time, losing mass extractors. Bombers trying their best to thwart this, but the damage is too slow. As we begin to lose our force up in the north to Brackman fire. PD is helping though, but it's not going to be the saving grace with all these Cobras. This is a lot of Cobras. They barely do anything to the shield though, Jesus. That many Cobras and they're barely doing anything to the shield. Adapter's now helping against that weapon range advantage that UEF has. Absorbing the first few shots so the bots can get in range. This expansion falling is not what you want to see. This is not good. Alpha now pumping out gantries left, right, and center. Has a third engineer. A fourth, actually. This whole expansion is now down. Because we're just harassing the base up here in the north. Factory goes down finally. This one will go down as well. Yep. And we're pushing into the main base here. Oof. Oh, more Brackman hits, jeez. Just taking chunks out of this UEF army. It has mech guns, but it doesn't matter. Only one mass extractor. Engineer goes down. Look at all the gantries coming up, jeez. Alphahex having insane macro. You can just tell without the amount of build power he's pumping out. His engineer's sitting in the build animation. All these units are down. Oh. Losing it all to Brackman fire. It's rough. The army here in the north for Wakonda just slowly fading. It's pretty much gone at this point. Bring this back, maybe. Trying to go for some air in the back. This Fat Boy's gonna come out soon, but there's about to be, what, like, megas coming out? Like, all over the place. Looks like we aren't building out all the gantries, though. Or energy? I don't know. Fat Boy does come out. It's gonna push these units back, but he can just kind of wiggle back and forth. Fat Boy's not gonna be able to hit all of its shots. It is actually putting in some pretty good work, though. But look at all the megas building currently. 4 megas in production already. That is rough. And the base here for Wakonda. Losing core mexes to Cobras. Jeez. Look at the map control on the minimap. Is Mega stuck? Looks like he's stuck behind the ACU. We need to move the ACU. Alpha. Let the Mega by! Oh, this is sad. Yep, the Megas are slowly starting to flood out of the gantries now. Look at all of them building. Oh my. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 gantries currently for Alphahex. 9 now. And the core mexes are going down. Bombers gonna start to do some runs, but they should have been doing it from the beginning. Stopping right over the adapters. That's rough. Okay, it looks like he did move his ACU finally. We're having 5 megas, 6 megas pushing into the front line. This is going to be a pretty big wake-up call for Wakonda here. 6 megas all coming out at once. That is a sight to see. Bro's bullying at this point. Yes. This is rough. Almost half the core mexes are gone, and we have 6 megas pushing the northern side. These 2 Fat Boys aren't going to be able to do anything. Oh my goodness. Fat Boy's cowering under the UEF factory shields. And they're not even able to hold up against the amount of megalith fire that's coming at them. Oh my goodness. Jesus. The base is just melting away. Factories falling left, right, and center. Ooh. Yeah, this is rough. And the GG is thrown out. Looks like game 2 will go to Alphahex, and he will move on to round 3. Still don't know who he will be playing against at the moment. Good games. I will see you back for round 3. Or actually, I'm going to be casting Fox's and Awasi's game. So we'll be back for that.